Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to a brand new video on Prize Picks. I've got 3 plays in this video. We've got the Bengals going up against the Steelers in Thursday Night Football. So we're going to talk about it all real quick. First up, go ahead, do me a favor, drop a like on this one. Now let's move in to the winnable. So the winnable is where I give out my free plays, bonus free plays, as well as VIP plays as well. So of course you're getting plays on here, but if I see like a line change or just a great lock all around, usually I do send out 1 to 2 free plays every single football day. And then it will be every single basketball day too, now that we got NBA tipping off, and I think less than 7 days. So absolutely pumped for that. Make sure you guys are signed up on the winnable. Of course, first link in the description. All you got to do is scroll down right here and sign up for the free plan. Once you guys get on there, we'll take care of you. Your bankroll is going to start building and building and building. Now, let's move in to the recap. I track every single one of my plays, guys. So you can literally scroll through this, see all of my plays right here, and all of my stuff right here, literally in our free plays. All we've done in the last little bit is 17 units profit. And then the VIP plays, which is obviously you can add the free plays to the VIP plays, take all of them together. If you add those two up, you're making 40 units literally in the last 2 weeks easy, right? So we have been printing on the NFL and college football. And the best part is, like I just said earlier, NBA is coming back. And NBA is an absolute moneymaker. With the amount of games there is and the amount of data you get in the NBA, it's just impossible to lose, honestly. Because of how many casual bettors there are, I don't want to get too far into this, because of how many casual bettors there are placing on the NBA, we can just use data and statistics. And there's just so many weeks of data and statistics because they play so many games. It's almost impossible to lose if you just do your research. And if you guys don't even need to do all that research, all you got to do is tell my picks. I literally showed you guys in the winnable. It's completely free. Anyways, that's enough about that. I will have a ton of stuff planned when the NBA rolls around in the next week. Absolutely nuts that we're saying that. But right now, we're talking about the Bengals against the Steelers. First up, we're fading the heck out of Chase Brown. So Chase Brown has been probably the biggest fantasy disappointment, I would say, pretty confidently. People taking him in the second round, beginning of the third round in their fantasy drafts. And me too, honestly. I liked this guy a lot. He's been just a terrible disappointment, right? So his line is set at 44.5, and I love the under right here. I mean, he hasn't hit this in the last month. He's hit this one time, and that was against Jacksonville when they actually won, which was one of the Bengals' only wins. As you guys can see, they've been on a loss streak. Lost to Green Bay, lost to Detroit, lost to Denver Broncos, lost to Minnesota, and they obviously lost, or they lost to Minnesota right here, and then they won their first 2 games, right? But the point is, they've had a really tough schedule, and now that just gets harder, right? We like to hate on the Steelers for not, making much of themselves in the playoffs. But in the regular season, they're solid. And right now, they've only lost 1 game this season, so they're very solid. This Bengals team doesn't really stand a chance in my eyes, right? So if this Bengals team has any chance at winning, that has to be through passing the football, right? We talk about this every single time. When a team is behind, they're going to pass the ball, right? So as we see in the games where the Bengals have won, right? Probably they've been leading for a little bit. Chase Brown has been coming very close to hitting this line, right? These are the only 2 wins. In their losses, he has not been close to sniffing this line, right? And now they're playing up against one of the better run defenses, right? Pittsburgh always had a pretty solid run defense. If we look at how other running backs are doing against Pittsburgh, which running backs have hit against Pittsburgh? It was Breece Hall, who had a great game, Kenneth Walker, who had a great game, and Travion Henderson, who barely hit over his line, right? Recently, the Steelers have been absolutely locking up opposing running backs, right? Chase Brown, 2025 Chase Brown, is nowhere near the level of a Kenneth Walker, of a Breece Hall. In 2025, that's just facts, right? We're taking Chase Brown on the under 44.5 rushing yards. I'll take him on the under rushing receiving yards. Honestly, I like him on the under in basically any of these categories. But me personally, I'm locking in the under on rushing yards. Now, let's get into play number 2, because we're going to the other side of the ball, and we're taking Aaron Rodgers, right? So you might look at this. This is what a casual bettor would do, right? They're going to head over to PrizePicks, and they're going to go, okay, let me see. Aaron Rodgers is playing tonight? Let's see. Oh, he's only hit this in, 2 out of his last 5. He missed 3 in a row. That looks like a lot of red. I'm not going to hit that, right? That's exactly what a casual bettor would do. But actually what we do is look deeper than that. Look at the stats. Look at exactly what's going to happen in this game and really just see into the future and predict the most likely outcome for this game, right? So we can see opposing defenses are exposing this opposing defense in the Bengals, very weak, passing in the middle of the field. Aaron Rodgers absolutely loves throwing down the middle of the field, right? And of course, he loves targeting his man DK Metcalf. 23 against the wide, 20 against the slot. What this means is how good are they out of the 32 teams, right? So they're the 29th best out of the 32 teams, which means they're basically one of the worst teams at defending in the inline, right? 23rd best, 20th best. They're pretty terrible defense on the passing side of the ball, right? And then we can go ahead and look at which quarterbacks have hit their line, their respective lines against the Bengals, right? And every single quarterback not named Carson Wentz this season has hit their over when they play the Bengals. It's an absolutely insane statistic to look at because it's just so consistent. No matter which quarterback you are, whether you're winning the game, whether you're losing the game, whether you're Bo Nix, Joe Flacco, who's now, I guess, playing him again, Jordan Love, doesn't matter, right? You are going to hit your line against the Bengals, right? Because the Bengals defense is absolutely terrible, and you're going to put up yards on them, like, without even thinking about it, right? Aaron Rodgers is good enough to do exactly that. DK Metcalf has been popping off recently. If you guys haven't seen, last couple games, he's been averaging over 100 yards per game, DK Metcalf has. And Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf, I think that's the combination we're going to be seeing a lot of tonight. So make sure to lock in Rodgers over. I can't believe his line is at 216. Absolutely unbelievable. So those are our plays right here. Those are my first two plays. I got one more play. But first up, I want to talk to you guys how you can get free VIP. You can get a free month of VIP. All you have to do is text me proof of this number. Proof of what? Proof of you signing up on either Sleeper or Chalkboard with my code. And this is not just me trying to promote these apps, guys. Of course, I'm trying to promote them because it helps me out a little bit. But the main reason is trying to get you guys free money, right? Sleeper's giving you a free $20 entry just for signing up. Chalkboard used to give away a free $20, but they cut that. I told you guys to all get on because it's not going to last forever. They cut that, but honestly, the deal they have is still pretty great. You get a free pick and a 100% match. So if you put in $100, they're giving you $200 back. So honestly, you're getting more money there than you originally put in, right? And on Sleeper, they're giving you Joe Flacco at 0.5 passing yards. So you can get Joe Flacco at 0.5. Sign up on Sleeper, sign up on Chalkboard, use code BAM. And then if you text me as well, just a little bonus, it'll take you 2 minutes, just text me. You get an entire month of my VIP picks, which means you're getting NFL, college football, and the entire start of the NBA season. It's going to be absolutely nuts, guys. Make sure you guys are on that. Text me at this number or just drop a comment. Now, let's move into play number 3. This one really should not take too long to talk about. It's Joe Flacco on the over at 0.5 interceptions, right? So this Steelers team does get quite a few interceptions. They got 2 interceptions against Carson Wentz, 1 against Drake May, 2 against Sam Darnold, and the only player to not throw an interception against them was Mr. Checkdown himself, Justin Fields, right? Joe Flacco in this one shouldn't be much of a sweat, especially because the Bengals are going to be forced to throw a lot, right? I can see Joe Flacco throwing the ball 40 plus times this game and nobody really being surprised. So I like him to get at least one of those pass attempts thrown into the hands of a Pittsburgh Steeler. That's all I got for the video, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's make some money on Thursday Night Football.